I think those of us of older folks that are here need to acknowledge this, it is far harder being a young person in America now than it ever was. They are lying to you if they tell you that it was hard when they were growing up. Oh, we went to school on horseback, uphill. Bull crap. They went with almost no cost. I never worried once from a family that had no money that I was going to be able to go to school, and I never worried once I was going to be shot in a classroom. It's different now. And I think the one thing is that the country is hungry to see the optimism of youth, because right now, the mental health crisis, the stress you're under, there's a lot of things coming at you. I think you making the option to come here, and those who are wondering, like, this is a pretty engaged group, but I would tell this to everybody who's out there. Politics is who shows up, who literally shows up. I didn't do a single thing, electoral politics, other than vote until I was 41 years old. And the next thing I know, I'm there with the vice president. I'm like, damn, life comes at you fast. and it was just showing up and being in the right places. So I think right now, that for your own mental health, show action and getting out there. But here's the thing, this youth movement that's happening, and it's not ageism and all this, some people are too old, we can say that, but that you don't want to generalize it together. But the thing about youth there energizes everyone. And it re-energizes the party. And I think you should bring the ideas to this. Maybe I'm misvisioning what I think the Democratic Party is, and there needs to be more expense. Because look, we're having a debate. You said it, Brittany. We're having a debate. Look, you guys are focused too much on these fringe issues. Well, somebody's personal civil liberties is not really a fringe issue to them. And if we're not able to stand up for that, do they really believe we're going to stand up for other stuff? Because I got to say this, if Donald Trump's going to go full bigot, he's not giving an inch and he's going to stay there. So if that's your gig, you're with him because you know he's got your back on bigotry or whatever it might be. We need to be the ones that make it clear who we are. And I don't know if we're speaking to you yet of where it's at. Like, we allowed them to define what I think, and President Biden's move on this was, the move to forgive student loans was something that our generation could finally get right for you. And they made that a problem for us. And it should have never been. The reason that these boomers and stuff are telling you that we paid our way through, because it didn't cost anything. There was no need to take out a loan because the generation in front of us paid on the front end. So this idea now that we made college so unaffordable, home ownership so unaffordable and everything, we have got to change that so that you feel like the party really does care.